Today I'm going to be trying This Is the Police. Now, I'll admit that I did see Sips play a tad of this, but I didn't watch that far into it. So, from what I've gathered, it's a police station simulation game where you take the part of the provider that sends people out. Apparently, the story gets really deep, and with that, let's watch the intro.
Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself?
Real facts.
But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!"
If he keeps up personality like this game's gonna be pretty good.
No idea how I got so barbaric.
Roll the credits. Alright, let's first check out some options real quick, see how the audio is and all that. Let's see. Don't want it drowned out by this. Cutscene audio is pretty good. Alright. And with that, let us begin. Mayor Rogers, sex maniac? City Hall confirms rumors of Jack, Bides resignation. Mark War II to be shown in Freiburg the day before the worldwide premiere by the mayor's personal request. Dang. Mayor holds a lot of power, apparently.
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freiburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher.
sketchy.
This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them.
Interesting man, to
I
say the
learned a
least.
long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin?
It's called Priest.
Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
Alright. Good morning. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? Surprise? The mayor discussed it with me. I've been expecting this from the mayor. What's the difference? I'm gonna say the mayor discussed it with me, because I mean, so honestly, it's gonna cause trouble. Mayor Rogers told me that. He wants a fresh face running Freeburg PD, so no, it did not come as a surprise. Ooh, bit assassin there. Do you already know the name of your successor? No. I think it's a new man. I think it'll be a department veteran. Who cares? I think it'll be a department veteran. It will be most likely be one of my current employees. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy, Francis Kendrick, said he was looking forward to resigning. The mayor offered him your position. Will you change his mind? Perhaps. I mean, possibly. Sounds possible if he thinks the new office would help him serve the city a little longer. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? BS. Excuse me, but that's a pile of horse. The Mafia and the police working together? Maybe they're in cahoots with the aliens. The Mafia are a bunch of low-life criminals. How about someone asking a real question? Ooh. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? Definitely not. That's just not possible. Mayor Rogers is a true professional, and he makes his decisions carefully. There's no place in our job for hard feelings. Thank you. Went pretty well, I'd
How's
imagine.
it back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
Ooh. Doesn't like him. I think it was a surprise, though. Few pills make the pain go away. But in reality, it's probably do because those are probably pain pills. Scar though, classy.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him.
Dang.
In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
Did I?
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough, I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon. "180 days of quiet,
Dang.
Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me. I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man.
I'll do my best.
And quit smoking up the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
Ooh. Ooh. A man of
I'm
many
sorry,
tastes.
babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
Well done. Civil servants' wages won't be raised this year. Head of Culture Department owns Villa in Italy. Ugh, I can read, guys, trust me. People will await a fresh look from next police chief. So I'm not liked?
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Rough. Would you like to receive tips about how the game works? Yes, please. Freeburg PD organizes upcoming work assignments into shifts for day and tomorrow. Every shift, officers respond to crimes in progress, and detectives continue their investigations. You can freely move employees between shifts. That's good to hear. All officers and detectives possess several important characteristics. Professionalism shows the overall efficiency level of your policeman. A figure around 150 is considered average. Any policeman who falls short of his mark is not entirely reliable. Those whose professionalism is considerably higher than average are a safe bet, even in a pinch. An individual's level of professionalism may rise and fall over the course of their career. Makes sense? Energy shows how tired your policemen are. The The less energy your people have, the less reliable their work. And a policeman who is exhausted might fall asleep at the wheel or make a critical error on the job. Okay then, so never put anyone out tired. Your employees lose 1 point of energy after each working day. You store 1 point after each day of rest. Ooh. Your employees don't tell you everything. Some additional characteristics are hidden from your view. For instance, some cops are lazy. They will come up with any reason they can't think of to take a day off, while others like to drink too much. You can only guess about these things, but you should be able to draw your own conclusion based on the behavior of your employees. Ugh. Okay. So it seems like these two guys are, these three, let me correct, are really good. Got a little below average, below average, and this is just don't bring her anywhere. Let grandma go get some snacks. And then we got 3 detectives, if I remember that's what those guys are, right? Okay. Then responding to calls is the bread and butter of police work. You'll need to send your officers to the crime scene before the timer expires. The mark on the map shows where the call came from. The farther away the destination is from the police station, the longer it will take your officers to travel back and forth. So the longer your people will be tied up and unavailable for upcoming work. Ooh. The easiest way to determine how difficult a task might be is to check how many units you are allowed to send on the call. The more units you can send, the more serious the alleged threat. Particularly our risky missions, giving you the extra option of sending SWAT, but they must be accompanied by at least 1 officer. Makes sense. The number of slots is not the only thing to consider. Any available information from the location of the crime scene is to the presence of weapons and so on. All this can tell you how seriously each case should be taken. The mission might look simple at first glance, until it turns into a brutal meat grinder. When a serious call can come up with turns out it might be a false alarm. Ooh. Hit and run. Everyday Mall. Married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot. Back over a homeless man who'd been digging through a trash can. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that he had hit a bum, he got back in the van and quickly drove off. Dang. Alright. Let's send our above average and our just below average. I think that makes sense. Proceed. By the way, just saying to anyone that's listening, I do love this music. What's this? That being said, I should probably turn it off till no, it's safe. C. Fight. The last picture shown theater. Theater manager reports that during a showing of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater, carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and is currently fighting theater security guards. Okay, so we know this man is dangerous because he's attacking people, so let's send them. See, these ones are right on TC. That looks sketchy. Let's see how it went. When everything goes well, the police capture the criminals and nobody dies. Truth is, sometimes criminals manage to escape. Just try to avoid any dead cops or civilians. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and dead citizens bother the mayor even more than living ones. Hey, we got him. Let's see how this one turns out. Got him. No one's harmed. Nice. Armed robbery. Oh. Oh, we can wait for a few seconds on this. Let's wait for this one. Have fight. Johnson logged. A brother and sister clasped each other over the deceased father's will. According to one of the lawyers, we don't dare separate them. And security guard is off duty. Alright, we'll send you two for this one. Meanwhile, this armed robbery. 3 teenagers armed with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with the whole collection of adult movies. Criminals fled in the car, but the store manager wrote down the car's license plate. There was one, Janet Brown, who lives in suburbs. Send our 2 high strength because they literally have a weapon, a shotgun, so it'd be dangerous. You get me?
412A in progress.
An assault. Let's see. Okay, we have time for someone to get back. The B team to get back.
311A complete.
Let's see how their fight turned out. Caught him. Nice. We almost got her up to a regular guard now. That's sweet. Oh god.
We've got a situation
Oh.
here.
When your cops aren't sure how to proceed, they might contact you and ask you to handle the situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up. Don't waste all your time on this stuff. You have plenty of other problems to proceed. The vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown restaurant residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Run on the siren and loudspeaker and shout that the house is surrounded. Makes sense.
910C complete.
Nice. Okay, we gotta do this. Gotta send these guys, all 3 of them. They're bad, but this has to happen. Oh, it hurts. Hurts real bad. Oh. What's going on? See how this goes. I'm assuming not well, since this is at 5. Ah, I escaped. Unharmed though. Ah, it takes... Okay. So losing some hurts. Winning some... good. Think you'll need a couple extra hands tomorrow. You can order any cop to come in and work overtime, but if they're working flat out, they'll be much more exhausted. Somebody's bound to make a mistake. Holy cow, Stovall. Holy cow. Okay, let's see. Ugh. We only have 2 competent cops. 1 amazing cop. Then we have...
Used to be when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point, every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Very
Called all
logical
of
point
the
of view.
people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand. Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty.
Ooh.
People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
Alright, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to be ending this first episode of This Is the Police. If you did like what I made, please leave a like and subscription. I'm glad that you all came in to see me today. Crypto Gamer out. Hope you all have a great day.